Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This makeup look has been one of my favorite looks to wear, and this tutorial has been very highly requested on my channel, so I hope you all enjoy. To prep my skin, I'm going to begin applying a Smith's Eucalyptus Lip Balm, and I'm using two different types of foundation primers. I'm applying a smoothing primer to my forehead to fill in any expression lines and prevent creasing, and I'm applying a mattifying primer to the rest of my face, which is going to prevent excess oil. I'm going to be mixing and customizing two different drugstore foundations today, and this is going to give my skin both a dewy and a full coverage complexion. I'm using a damp Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm going to begin pressing and patting the foundation into the skin. These pressing and patting motions are going to deliver the maximum amount of coverage, and I'm using a darker shaded foundation to match my body's self-tanner. I'm going to begin priming my eyelids using MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and this is going to neutralize the lids and prevent creasing. I love doing this step before I conceal, which I'm going to be concealing my under eye circles using a brightening concealer from the drugstore as well. This is Maybelline's Fit Me, and I'm going to be pouncing and patting that into the skin using a Real Technique sponge, which is my favorite way to blend out concealer. To set the face, I'm going to be using a heavy amount of translucent powder. My favorite way to apply powder is by pressing it into the skin with, yet again, a damp Real Techniques beauty sponge. And I'm using a finely milled loose powder because it's less detectable on the skin. It will really smooth out fine lines and it prevents creasing. And I find that the finely milled loose powder is the most flawless looking on the skin with a full coverage foundation look. I'm dusting away any excess powder using a fluffy powder brush, and I'm going to begin adding color to the complexion. I'm using a warmer toned bronzer to help warm up my skin, and I'm adding this color to my cheeks and my hairline. Once I'm done adding some warmth, I'm going to be using a cooler toned contour color from the Fiona Styles Contour Kit, and I'm going to sculpt out my cheekbones, temples, and nose. And then to add some flushy, blushy color to my skin, I'm using a peachy pink shimmery blush, and I'm going to highlight the tops of my cheekbones using the Anastasia Glow Kit. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to first define my brows. I like to do my brows before I do my eye makeup because it gives me a guide to where I should be doing the eye look. I'm sculpting out the brows using a pomade and a angled brush. And I'm starting at the tail, feathering the color inward, defining the arch of my brow, and making it softest on the inside of the brows. Making it darkest on the outside and lightest on the inside, it gives the face more definition and makes the eyes look more awake. Then I'm going to set my brows in place with a clear brow gel. For the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using all Makeup Geek cosmetics. Makeup Geek eyeshadows are some of my favorite to work with. I'm going to start off warming up the crease and using Peach Smoothie as a transition shade. This will add warmth and create a great base to make it easy for me to blend in other colors. For this eye look, I'm going to be deepening the outer crease and corners to create more drama and definition to sculpt out the eyes. For initial sculpting, I'm using a matte medium brown shade with a pencil brush to shape out the outer corner shape that I want to create. Creating a little circled V shape on the outer upper lids is going to give the initial sculpting that I'm going for, which I will use later on to carve out the eyeshadow look. I'm just going to blend out this shade before I move on to my next color selection. Now I'm warming and deepening up the crease with Cocoa Bear. Cocoa Bear gives this look a really nice richness that I absolutely love. And I'm applying this again with a pencil brush, and I'm going to be using this in a very precise motion, again following that outer V shape that we created before with the brown shade, but bringing the pigment in deeper into the crease, which is going to have more of a warmth and more intense look. After Cocoa Bear is in place, I'm going to create more definition and more drama using a berry toned eyeshadow called Bitten, which is going to add a lot more structure to this look because it's a much darker color. After I've precisely placed all these colors where I like them, I'm going to be using a technique called dry brushing. Dry brushing is taking a clean blending brush and using that to soften out all the edges of a color. This way you can't see where one color begins and another color ends, and it looks very smooth and flawless. Now I'm highlighting the brow bone using a soft matte vanilla shade, which is going to clean up the edges, look very nice and smooth, and make my eyes look nice and awake. To enhance pigmentation, I'm going to be using a glitter glue on my lids. I'm tapping the adhesive directly on the lid where I want the most shimmer for this look, and I'm going to allow this to sit on the lid for a moment and get slightly tacky before I apply my shimmery shadows on top of it, which will make them more metallic and foiled. I'm taking a small, very precise brush and applying the Makeup Geek foiled shadows directly on top of the glitter glue. And I'm pressing this shade on the inner corner, the inner tear duct, and the inner lid to help brighten this look. And then I'm going to switch to a more warm toned shimmery shadow, which I'm going to place on the middle of the lid, which will connect the brighter color from the inner corner and the deeper color from the outer corner to create an ombre effect. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to mimic the appearance that we did on the top using a warmer color all over the lid and then Cocoa Bear on the outer corner and then Bitten on the very outer tip. That's going to mimic what we did in the crease section on top of the eye so that everything looks seamless, but everything's going to look a little bit more dramatic. For liner, I'm using a nude liner on the waterline to make this look more bright, and then using a black liquid liner on the top lash line. I'm curling my eyelashes using the Tarte Lash Curler, and then I'm going to prep the lashes using a mascara primer. Mascara primers help to separate and thicken the lashes and give them a great base for mascara on top. And I'm going to be using my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara on the very top of my Dior primer. I love this mascara. It gives a lot of drama and it helps to separate, volumize, and lengthen. To create a glossy nude lip, I'm applying a nude liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I'm following that up using a glossy nude lip gloss. I really like layering liquid lipsticks with glosses because it gives that glossy look, but it's really long wearing. I will leave more information in the description box below, and for details on this look, please visit beautybymadissonkate.com. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I will see y'all later.